And San Francisco gets set to go here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
One of the things that's really difficult for an offense is often identifying how to block a 3-4 defense. Well, when they're coming on a blitz, even more difficult. They're elusive targets and hard to hit.
On second down, Hyde. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
1 quarter down, 14-0 is our score. We'll head back to FedEx Field after this timeout.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, and they've got it here with a first down.
Man left, man left. We got three, fellas, we got 3. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Tight right. Solo out there, check the outs out there. Move,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Hey, you got 3 down. Hey, 91, 10.
On third and long, it's Kaepernick. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up fourth.
Love the effort. Love the dramatics. Getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there, almost like a great ballet dancer or a tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty, and it gets you nothing. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. This one complete to Niles Paul. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Here we go now.
On the run, it's Kelly. And some room to work. And he's brought down after a good gain. 22 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a Washington first down.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. but that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
Double tight, double tight. Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there. Now let's go!
They'll go again with Kelly. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now. Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the third level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
Offense comes to the line now, first and 10.
3 down. Set!
This is Kelly. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. They run it here with Thompson. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Here we go now. Green, 30.
Here's Kelly on 4th down. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback.
Like an egg underhand.
Yeah, like an egg underhand, really with 2 hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down, and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded at the 2. There he goes, right side. The 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. What an explosive kickoff return from the 2 all the way to the end zone. A 98-yard return for 6. Here's Thompson on the return. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
We got 3. We got 3.
They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. This one complete to Jordan Reed. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Redskins are up right now and are looking to keep up the pressure moving forward. The 49ers didn't play their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. All right, let's roll the highlights. Early in quarter 1, Jackson's the target here, and this 2-play drive goes for a touchdown. Redskins is up now by 7. Redskins with the ball, end of the 1st. Thompson's going to shift out to the right side, and he'll go in from 35 yards out. That puts them up by 2 touchdowns. Redskins take over late in the 2nd. Kelly's got great blocking here, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. Still late stages of the 2nd. Davis is going to get a running start here. He gone as he sprints into the end zone, closing the gap to 14.
All right, Larry, these two teams back out there as we get set and ready for this second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And they're going to be set up in excellent field position up past the 45. Here's the Redskin defense. They get set for this next possession. They had a pretty solid first half. Not many adjustments, but I guess there's probably always some adjustments that can be made.
Usually it's just tightened down on the things we've worked on all week in practice. Everyone thinks adjustments are bringing in something absolutely new. For the most part, it's tweaks or just emphasizing what you've worked on already. And that's what they're planning to do here in the second half.
They won't be looking to reinvent the wheel. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No, let's go.
I like to do that randomly.
Do it.
AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they had been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.